What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching us. Once again, guys, Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel. All right, guys, today's topic. What if I were to tell you that there's a receiver out there that he's not quite as fast as Quez Watkins. He's maybe a step or so slower, but he's got that kind of Quez Watkins ability to take a slant to the house. He's always got that kind of, fear he can place in opponents, right? A Darius Slayton type, right? A Terry McLaurin type. Kind of what we see from Quez Watkins. There's another guy on this draft board that's like that. What if I told you, at the same time, all of us huge Jalen Reagor fans, there's a guy out there that he doesn't elevate as high as Jalen Reagor, so he's not quite as athletic as Jalen Reagor, but his body position and body control, even though he's not elevating quite as high up as Jalen Reagor, is phenomenal on tape, and the kid makes spectacular vertical leaping catch after vertical catch. Contested catches, the whole 9 yards. Doesn't matter that he's a little guy. He still keeps coming down with these footballs. What if I were to tell you there's a player in this draft, okay, who's very similar to KJ Hamler? He's maybe not quite as fast off the release as KJ Hamler, but boy, oh boy, does he have some KJ Hamler to his game, especially on that initial release. What if I told you this isn't three separate prospects? It's one prospect. So today's topic, guys, listen, Sean Jenkins, some of you guys that kept asking, this is for you guys. We're going to talk about Darnell Mooney, wide receiver from Tulane. All right, y'all, let's get into today's topic, y'all.
Carrying the ball as the game goes on. 1st and 10, just across the 50. McMillan to the air. Backside.
What's up, everybody? Did you guys see it right off of that very first clip there? Did you see it? Did you see the footwork? Guys, watch that initial release again. I'll run this video clip back for you one more time. Watch those first three steps and the way he sets his defender up and then separates. Watch his feet, guys. Left, right, left, boom. Outside release, gone. And then what I want you to do is watch the way he contorts and turns his body, gets that positioning, gets big on that little frame. I know he's not a big dude. You can look and see he's not a big dude. The way he uses that full, max ability of that frame to get up there and get that football back shoulder. It's a shame we can't see it, but you don't gain that kind of separation without sinking your hip. Very Jalen Reagor-esque, right? Very KJ Hamler-esque in the beginning of his steps. And I promise you, by the end of this clips, by the end of me showing you this today, guys, you're going to see a little Quez Watkins to this kid's game too. Because he's a really interesting guy. So to begin with, we look at this kid on film, and the very first clip I just showed you, he's playing out of the X receiver alignment. I don't know if that's where he'll be slated to play the next level. I mean, there are some smaller guys like Philip Dorsett I've seen play a little X like that. I mean, he's definitely got that speed and quickness like a Philip Dorsett. Maybe he could play that kind of role. But I also think this is a kid with as much experience as he's played on the outside. I think he's also pretty well suited, guys, to play the Y. To go out there and play the Y inside route running, getting free, using that speed, doing the things that KJ Hamler does to get himself freed up in coverage. I think this kid could be dynamic there, especially if you're looking to get him on the field immediately. And at the same time, like I said, guys, I don't know how to make a Z with my hands. I have no clue where to start. If you line him up as the Z as a flanker, man, he's got that Deshaun Jackson speed. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this kid gets deep. This kid makes people look stupid. This kid will eat up cushion like nobody else I've watched in this draft class, guys. He's very good at this. He is not second tier to anyone when it comes to eating that cushion up. There might be guys we might argue that are just as good, maybe slightly better. But I still think they're all in that same tier, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you, all the time I'm thinking, trip him. I would have tripped his ass. Hey, I gotta thank Sean Jenkins for this guy, because I gotta tell you, man, I quickly converted to a guy who's a pretty big Darnell Mooney fan now. I like this kid a lot, man. I've been blowing Mike up about him for the past 2 days. We've been talking back and forth. I've been waiting to make this video, guys.
So Wallace, number 84, tight end. Pass down.
It's a shame the timing was off on that pass, guys, because if you go back and you watch, look at what that corner's doing to him. Not only is he playing up, not only is he playing a man concept, but he's playing man press on this young man. You can see that corner is a much bigger football player than he is. He's there to jam him at the line and get those hands on him. But that's the problem with Darnell Mooney. He's better. He's a lot better at that initial release than a lot of people realize. And if you go to put your hands on him and you miss, good luck. Get that inside release, dip that shoulder to protect your rib cage, but do not lean forward and lose that route. Because this kid's going to make you look stupid. I really wish the timing was back on that football a little better because, if you had timed that pass perfectly, probably has taken that one to the house. And that's where I'm saying, like, you look at that initial release, and it's so reminiscent of KJ Hamler. This kid is just flat out deadly at the release at the line of scrimmage. Now, when he gets the ball in his hands in the open field, that's where I think it's a Quez Watkins type situation, guys. When this kid has secured the pass and cuts up the field, makes that cut to go up the field and start running, I got to tell you, he's not quite as fast as Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins is about a step faster to me, and I've looked at them both side by side on film. Quez is a little faster, but this kid is fast.
Motion. Backs again. Wide open.
This kid is dynamic. This kid can run, man. I mean, this kid absolutely lights it up with them feet, man. I'm telling you, I like this kid a lot, guys. I mean, like I said, would I rather have a Quez Watkins? Would I rather have, someone like, a Jalen Reagor? Would I probably rather have even a KJ Hamler? Probably. But this is a really nice kind of fourth option there, guys, if you miss on those type of guys.
McMillan passing on first down. It's caught.
To hang back and still have around there, to have these really dynamic abilities coming out of that wide receiver play, guys. Because, let's be honest, we need speed. And it is hard to find speed on guys that can separate, get open, and catch the ball and do things like go back shoulder and elevate. Those are skill sets that are hard to find from guys.
McMillan with the blitz on again. The lob, bit of a push, the jump.
This kid's ability to elevate up, high point the football, and go bring that catch down, I mean, it's amazing because he's definitely got that Jalen Reagor ability to him, but he's not the same athlete as Jalen Reagor.
Receptions. Launching deep, jump ball, caught.
Jalen Reagor jumped a 42-inch vertical. Jalen Reagor's 42-inch vertical absolutely shows up on film. The kid elevates like none other. I mean, that kid is ridiculous. This kid is also pretty good at this, guys. Like, he's a little dude. He's like 5'10". He's about an inch or so shorter than Jalen Reagor, but he's a lot lighter than Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor is pretty close to 200 pounds. This kid's like 175, 180-ish. So, I mean, there's a good 20-pound difference here almost between these two players. And, he doesn't play like that. He doesn't play like that at all. I mean, a kid plays like a kid that has strong hands.
They only rush those three. Banks, one-on-one.
He really understands. So it's not really the vertical. Like I said, this kid's vertical, I think, is 37 inches. Reagor's was 42. It's not the vertical. It's the timing of when he jumps and leaves his feet. It's the control he keeps that body, the control he keeps with his body. And it's just the body positioning. He knows how to gain that positioning from the start. That's what makes a guy really good at high pointing the football. Yes, if you have ridiculous, Randy Moss and Jalen Reagor type, verticals, of course that helps. However, the timing, understanding proper body technique and body positioning, and then keeping it all under control plays a really large role here. This kid constantly, and I mean constantly, demonstrated the ability to go up and go grab a football for his quarterback.
Do some twisting on that defensive line. It's caught.
All right, guys, let's get down to the brass tacks here. So let's get into some of the analytics here. Let's talk about the competition that Darnell Mooney faced. To begin with, the kid played some real studs here, guys. Army, number 4th, ranked pass defense in the country. Then he played Florida International, number 15 ranked pass defense in the country. He played Memphis, the number 26 ranked pass defense in the country. He played UCF, University of Central Florida, the number 33 ranked pass defense in the country. Tulsa, the 37th ranked pass defense in the country. He played, Temple, the 50th ranked pass defense. He played Auburn, the 60th ranked pass defense. There's a couple cupcakes on that schedule too, guys, just to be fully transparent with you. He played Houston, 124th ranked pass defense. That is the very definition of a cupcake. And then he played Southern Methodist University, SMU. They're the 121st ranked pass defense in the country. So, absolutely, there were cupcakes on his schedule, but he also faced the gauntlet of really good pass defenses. So, I'm not concerned with the competition level that he faced. I'll tell you what I am concerned about a little bit. Production doesn't mean everything to me because your quarterback can skew your production. I don't think that this kid was awarded a very good quarterback. I think this quarterback had a tendency not to take chances when they were open. Instead, he would tuck it and run, or he'd hit down a little check down kind of route. He didn't take a lot of opportunities at times to stretch the field. That was a little disappointing to see on film. I think that held this kid back a little bit. With that said, the past 2 years, he did not eclipse 50 receptions in the season. He had 48 both seasons. When I look at this year's games, because of that lack of production, while he had, a lot of games where he's catching balls of 21 yards or more, there were some head scratchers, like the one catch he only got against Houston, 124th ranked pass defense. Come on. I mean, you want to see more production than that from a team that's that bad. You need your quarterback to get you that ball. Then you go and you take a look at the fact that he only had one game where he caught more than 100 yards. He had more than 100 yards receiving. I mean, obviously, that's a little concerning. But in the end, guys, look, you can sit there and get overly, crucial about production. But if you go back and you look at a guy like DK Metcalf, he didn't produce in college. He wasn't a high production guy. He got to the NFL, and the physical traits took over, and this kid became something special. When I look at a kid like this, of course, there's going to be concerns that he's not the biggest guy, right? He's not a big guy. And he's not the most productive guy coming out of college. With that said, look, this kid, if you're studying the film, this kid is one of the fastest kids off the line of scrimmage. His release is one of the best in the country. This kid is a very deceptive and very good route runner. He is very good at getting in and out of his brace. He sinks his hips well, and he creates separation. He's not a huge vertical guy. He gets about 37 inches in the air, but he understands body positioning and body control, and he has pretty strong hands at the point of the catch. So there are these little things about this young man. Like he's very fast, guys. This is a dynamic football player. 4.38 40. He can definitely hit another gear and take off on you. This is a kid that he's not being highly sought after. I haven't really seen his name pop up a whole lot. I don't think this is a kid that's going to go before the 5th round. I think unless the only way I would see this kid going before the 5th round is if there is a stupid run on receivers. If there's like a really stupid run on receivers, then I could see a kid like this possibly slipping into the 4th round because teams are going to want players. But if this is a kid hanging around the 5th or 6th round, and you're the Eagles, look at that film, guys. Come on. I mean, I think this kid gives you flexibility here. He gives you another guy who can go make big plays for the quarterback. A dynamic football player. But these are my thoughts. And you already know I'm going to ask you. I want to know, what are your thoughts? Guys, tell me what you think about Darnell. All right? Tell me what you think about Darnell Mooney. Hey, I liked him. But what do you think, guys? All right, y'all. You know what time it is. EAGLES. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. See y'all later.